Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Well friends, it's time to return to my Sofia the First memory lane, and today, let me take you back to an episode that I looked at back in March 2021, Let the Good Times Troll. If you may recall, in that episode, Sofia got to meet some trolls who live in a cave below her castle, and even though it wasn't easy, I like that Sofia was able to strengthen the ties between her family and the trolls and clear a misunderstanding from years ago. However, during that blog, I also mentioned that it wasn't the only episode where the trolls made an appearance. So, why don't we look at their second episode together and see what I think about it? Airing on television on October 23rd, 2015, this is The Fliegel Has Landed. So, on for the plot of the episode. In this, while playing hide and seek, Princess Sofia's troll friend Gnarlie runs into a bossy Fliegel named Grata who picks on him and forces him to get her a cave crystal. And after learning about his problem, Sofia, with help from Cedric, tries to help him deal with and stand up to Grata. So, what do I personally think of this episode? Well, to be quite honest, even though I haven't seen this episode in a long time, I thought it was really good. And to further explain what I mean, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, as I said earlier, this episode marks the second appearance of the Castle Trolls, following their debut in Let the Good Times Troll. Also, the moral of this episode is, the best way to deal with a bully is to stand up to them. Which to me, is both a very important and relatable lesson, since, as most of you guys know, I was picked on a lot throughout my elementary through high school ages. As for the animation, well, to me, the CGI animation by Toei is excellent as usual. Plus, I think it's great to see the Castle Trolls cave again after 2 years. And as I said back then, it's very breathtaking due to the lighting. And it's cool that there are tree houses in the Grotto Village and a giant wall with star crystals. Also, in this episode, we learned that these star crystals are pretty rare when it comes to mining for them. Plus, since this episode involves bullying, I find it to be pretty similar to previous episodes like The Little Witch and Substitute Cedric. And now, let's move on to the episode's song, This Fliegel Has Landed, which is sung by Grata while telling Gnarlie about what a Fliegel is and makes herself clear that when she wants something, she gets it. Now this has got to be the 6th villain song in the entire series, the previous ones being Cedric the Great, Make Way for Miss Nettle, All You Desire, A Kingdom of My Own, and Wendell's Way. In my opinion, this song has a very jazzy melody, and the way it's sung kind of sounds like it came right out of an old classic stage musical like Chicago or Cabaret. And that's all I got for Mustang notes. So let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life. Princess Sofia is voiced once again by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kairi in the Kingdom Hearts game series, Marina from Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a few of Thumper's sisters in Bambi 2, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village. To me, like in most episodes, Sofia is a kind, brave, loyal, and a helpful princess, and I like that she wants to help Gnarlie with his Fliegel problem. Also, I find it very interesting that she wears the dress and the hat that she first wore during her first visit to Wei Ling. And I like that she tries to get help from Cedric and her mom, Queen Miranda. But the most shocking thing regarding Sofia in this episode is that this is the very first time where she's taken captive by someone. Next is Gnarlie, once again voiced by Carlos Alazraqui. To me, I find Gnarlie to be as nice and fun as he was in his debut episode. However, during this episode, he's being threatened by a Fliegel named Grata to get a bucket full of star crystals. Otherwise, he'll be transformed into a salamander. However, Sofia tells him that he needs to stand up to Grata, and after Sofia gets captured, Gnarlie takes her advice and goes to Chief Knuckles for help. Next is his sister, Teeny, voiced by Zoe Robb. As I previously stated, Teeny is such an adorable little troll that I just want to give her a hug. However, during this episode, like Jasper in Minimus is Missing, Teeny has grown up a bit, and she has her teeth grown in. Also, she thinks that salamanders, who are actually amphibians, not lizards, are cute. Next we come to Cedric the Sensational, voiced by Jess Harnell, best known as Wacko Warner from the Animaniacs series. In this episode, Sofia asks Cedric to conjure up some cave crystals. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any diamond dust to do so. And after Sofia tells him about Grata and her ultimatum, Cedric offers to get rid of her with a banishing spell. But that doesn't go too well due to his wand being coated with eggshell powder, which conjures up chickens. And he gets transformed into a salamander by Grata. Also, I can't believe that Cedric had a bow tied to his head again, like in Tea for Too Many. Our next character is Chief Knuckles, voiced by Robert Morse, whom I talked about in my blog of Rankin Bass's Jack Frost, and he voiced Marshak in Mystic Meadows. I find Knuckles to be a wise and caring leader. He's also shown to be very understanding, forgiving, and very brave. Also, like all the other castle trolls, he likes to stargaze, and he loves cave crystals because of how they look and shine like stars. Also, I love the part where he and the other trolls help Gnarlie confront Grata and help him rescue Sofia. Next we come to the titular Fliegel, Grata, voiced by Jessica DeKiko, who played Melina in The Emperor's New School and Olette in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, Grata used to live in the Kingdom of Khaldun until she was chased out for her nasty behavior by an angry mob. She eventually took up residence in the Troll's Cave underneath the Enchantia Castle, and she demands to have as many star crystals in order to brighten up her new home. To me, like Sunset Shimmer in the first Equestria Girls movie, Grata is a mean-spirited and bossy Fliegel, who is a typical bully, as shown when she states, "When I'm not happy, nobody's happy." Plus, she's shown to not take criticism well, and she's also shown to be afraid of the dark. It's also shown that the main reason why she's mean is because she doesn't know how to be nice. Also, after being confronted by Gnarlie and the other castle trolls, Grata reveals that another reason why she's mean is because no one has ever been nice to her before. And in the end, she and the trolls become friends. Another character to talk about is Flinch, voiced by Dino Andrade, who'd later voice in Aimbo, Spirit of the Amazon. This character started traveling with Grata after he became one of her many victims when she turned him into a mole because he made the mistake of expecting her to understand something. Since then, Flinch had to comply with Grata, fearing that she would punish him further by zapping him. To me, Flinch is a very timid character due to his fear of Grata. Also, he has a stronger moral compass than Grata, as shown by the fact that the main reason he urges others to obey her is so that they won't become her victims like he did. Also, he's shown to be more pragmatic and reasonable than Grata. And now on to my final words. Overall, The Fliegel Has Landed is another good episode in Sofia's series. The animation is great as usual. Despite one little goof, Gnarlie was a relatable main character due to him being the victim of a bully. Sofia was a sweet supporting character, and I still find it shocking that this was her first time being held captive. Also, I like how the episode manages to show what to do and what not to do when dealing with bullies in a tactful manner. As for Grata, she's certainly an intimidating character with a fun, over-the-top personality. And I like how it ends on a nice moral on working together to take down a strong foe. As for my rating, I'll give it a 95% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Join me for my next blog where Sofia meets the world's most powerful wizard in the history of Disney. Mustang Power.